Talal?
Thank you, Mr. Perthes, for this briefing. My name is AL-HAJ from Al-Arabiya and Al-Hadath news networks. We understand all these efforts, international and Arab and Africans, to try and mediate a ceasefire and resuming the dialogue between the parties. But we continue to hear statements, very fiery statements from both sides, even today. Mr. Yusuf Izzat, the political advisor to the Rapid Support Forces, just spoke to us in Al-Arabiya, and he said, and I quote him, "The time is now for battle and not for initiatives." And also he said that they are in full control of the television and radio headquarters in Khartoum, and also the airport of Khartoum since yesterday, and that the government army is not even trying to gain control of it anymore. In the face of such statements, and we're expecting to have an interview with Al-Burhan later today, and we expect more fiery statements from his side. He called Hamiti already a rebel, and that he will be tried in court if he gets caught. In the face of such statements, what hope do we have to reach a political solution for this crisis through dialogue and a return to the transition democratic process?
Okay, I mean, these fiery statements, I think that is what television is about. So you invite them to give interviews, and of course, the more fiery the statement is, the more spectators I think TV stations have. And at the same time, yes, that is, I think the statements are also expressing of what I said. It doesn't sound very much like the two antagonists, the two sides, inviting mediation on a political solution. And we are not, to be very honest, me personally or my colleagues on the ground here from the African Union, IGA, we are not in a process now of mediating a return to the political process or mediating a lasting solution. What I've been doing in the last 2 days is trying to mediate a 3 hours a day humanitarian pause, and if that succeeds, and we will continue tomorrow with further efforts to have humanitarian pauses or ceasefires, if that succeeds, then we can take it from there and probably have a more structured ceasefire. And of course, there are forces on the ground, civilian forces, political parties, who armed struggle movement signatories to the Juba peace agreement, who are supporting that. And so far, both General Burhan and General Hemeti have reacted positively to my calls. I speak to them on the telephone or through the electronic media, have reacted positive to these calls for humanitarian pauses, but also made clear that this is not an end to the fighting. It is pauses in the fighting for humanitarian purposes. For me as a UN representative, as a representative of the Secretary General, this has utmost priority now, and the return to a political process, to a lasting solution, that is something which hopefully we and our regional international partners and of course Sudanese parties in the first place can take on at a later stage.